So if we're going to find the inverse, we have found inverses before, and the process is always the same. If I have y equals 3 to the x, to find the inverse, we interchange x and y, and then solve for y, and you'll have the inverse. Okay, so y equals 3 to the x. We're going to find the inverse of that. We'll say x equals 3 to the y, and now we need to solve for y. Okay, so we have to get y by itself. How do I undo a 3 to the power? What's the inverse of inverse operation of 3 to the power? That would be a log base 3. That will get rid of a 3 to the power. So on the right, we will just be y equals, and it'd be log of x base 3. We're taking the log base 3 of x, so log of x base 3. And we're done. So f inverse of x is y, is the log of x base 3. So just interchange x and y and solve for y. So why don't you try number 44, and then you won't have to do it in the assignment. Number 44 to the x. I'll give you a second to try it. Alright, so finding the inverse, interchange x and y. So it'll now be x equals 11 to the y, and now solve for y. So the base is 11. To undo 11 to the power, we do a log base 11. So it's the log of x base 11 equals y, and that's our inverse. So f inverse of x equals the log of x base 11. Alright, last thing I'll show you before we do our 6162 review. If you had, we haven't done a log one. So how about y equals the log of x base 5, and you wanted to find the inverse of that. Find the inverse. This is just an example. We again interchange x and y, so x equals the log of y base 5, and we need to solve for y. So how do I undo log base 5? We do 5 to the power. That'll get rid of that. 5 to the power. So 5 to the x equals y. So it's just rewriting it basically. So f inverse of x equals 5 to the x. Maybe I'll squeeze it right here. If you had, let's say it's y equals 2 plus the log of x base 3, and you wanted to find the inverse there. Same thing, we interchange x and y, so x equals 2 plus the log of y base 3, and we have to solve for y. We can't do 3 to the power because we have that plus 2 there, so I'm going to subtract 2 from each side. Just one more step. So now we can do, to undo a log base 3, do 3 to the power. So on the left it's going to be 3 to the x minus 2 equals y. So there's your inverse. Just remember to subtract 2 first. That's the only other thing there.